Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about pointy metal guitars like this one here. This guitar is a Brandon Ellis Green Crackle Kelly and it's absolutely fantastic. It's a great guitar. I've really enjoyed playing this guitar, but when it comes to putting the guitar down in between, you know, either editing tracks or videos or whatever, obviously because of the shape of this guitar, it's even worse than my King V. Like, you can put it down on the floor and it's just ready to go that way. You know, you need a proper guitar hanger for this guitar for sure, which I'm going to have to get one when I move studios, which I'm doing pretty soon. I'm building a new studio over there. I will blog it all and show you guys exactly what's going on and how I'm doing it and how much it costs and what it looks like before and after, all that stuff. I will have guitar hangers in there, proper ones where I can hang my guitars, but it's not really big enough in here to do that. But that's what you need if you have a pointy guitar, or if you're thinking about getting a pointy guitar. Get a good guitar hanger of some sort where, you know, it will hang your guitar like this and it won't be lent up and falling all over, because trust me, these guitars do like falling over. Also, and probably more importantly, a hard case. You really need a hard case if you are going to play a pointy guitar. Even if you're not a gigging guitarist, you still need a hard case for a guitar like this, because they get knocked and banged so easily and you can't just lean them up anywhere, because what will happen eventually is if you keep leaning it up on its pointy bit, then it will get worn away, the paint will get worn away. Even on the carpet after time it will probably get damaged and worn away. They chip very easily. Another sound piece of advice I want to give you guys that are thinking about ordering either this guitar or any other guitar is, please order the Kelly Jackson hard case or any hard case that this thing fits in, and get the store to put it in a case before they ship it, because you know as well as I do, the couriers, especially now these days, it seems more than ever, do not care. They are dropping boxes down. They're heavy, they move a lot of boxes around the back of their van, and what they do is they drop the boxes down. You know, it might not be from up here, but they drop them down 2 or 3 inches when they get low enough. They think everything's okay, there's a guitar in there, and what happens is when they get dropped down, if the guitar is upside down, you have a pointy headstock like this one on the Jackson, that is taking the brunt of it. Even if it's packed out with polystyrene like they usually are, stuff like that, that is still taking the brunt of the blow. You know, that guy might drop that box up and down and move it around 20 or 30 times just in that one delivery round. The other part of the guitar which gets the brunt is obviously the other end, the other pointy end. On a King V, obviously you will have both points that will be taking these blows as the courier is moving your parcel around, and it's usually stood up on its end. But if you have a Kelly that only has one point, then all the pressure and all the blows every time it gets dropped are all going on one point of the guitar, which is of course that one. And as you can see, there's a chip on this guitar, and that's been on ever since I ordered it. It's not Jackson's fault, the guitar was packed pretty well as it could be, but ideally I should have ordered this guitar in a hard case and got Jackson to ship it out in a hard case. And like I say, I would advise you guys to order a case there and then from the store for your pointy guitar and get it shipped out actually in the case, rather than the guitar in a box and then the case separately. You know, the couriers are terrible for just like leaving stuff wherever they want, dropping stuff, balancing stuff. You know, even if it has fragile on it, they will still put stuff on it. You know, they're not treating our guitars, our instruments with any respect at all. They just want to get their deliveries out, and it's damaging a hell of a lot of really good guitars, and yeah, it's getting really on my nerves. So my advice to you, especially with pointy guitars in particular, I've only ever had one damaged guitar that was like a strap type shape, and that wasn't that bad. It was just a minor thing on the headstock, again caused by the courier. But pointy guitars, yeah, they are a nightmare. Thankfully my King V came and somehow survived. That was many years ago, but this didn't survive. Obviously it's been dropped right on its butt end there, as you can see, and that point there is the one that's taken the blow, and no matter how much polystyrene there is and padding there, eventually it's going to chip your paint off. So yeah, I've got a case for this guitar now, thankfully, and it's going to live in the case. I'm going to live with the chip that is on there because I don't want to wait to order another. I'm going to open this case because I have nothing else to open for you guys, but I did want to kind of talk about couriers and how bad they're getting, and pointy guitars, because some guys will probably be looking at moving over to a pointy guitar from a regular guitar, or they might want a pointy guitar as their first guitar, and they get chipped in transit so bad. I mean, like, I used to play Dean Razorbacks that are probably the pointiest guitar on earth, and I think I had 4 or 5 of them, and one of them in a case, one of them even in a case, one of those Razorbacks got its pointy bits damaged by getting dropped. The case could have fitted a bit better. It wasn't particularly perfect, that case for that guitar, but like I say, even then the case is not done its job for that particular Dean Razorback. But if your courier's throwing stuff around, sometimes even the best case cannot help you out. Jesus, this is massive. Obviously a big guitar requires a big case, and because I'm moving studios soon, there's less room in here than there ever has been. Oh, it's out. Okay, it comes in this bag like all the Jackson cases do. Whoa, don't drop that on your guitar, because my guitar is now laid on the floor. For those of you that were asking about the Brandon Ellis Kelly, by the way, saying, oh, you've had it quite a while now, how's it standing up, how's the quality, how's it faring up? It's just as plays just as good as when I first got it. Mine was set up by Jackson Guitars, Mark there, great guy, absolutely. His setups are amazing. He set that up for me and he set it up great, and it plays just as good as, it's had one string change I think, it plays just as good as it did when I first got it. It's a great guitar, absolutely love it, no problems or issues whatsoever, you know. So for those of you that were concerned about quality, 'cause it's China and you know what it's like when you mention China to some people. Oh, I'm going to lean this here, I don't want to lean it on oh, even the case, so even when it's in a case, as you can see, the guitar, even when it's in a case, because the case is not square at the bottom, even the case wobbles that way. One thing I will just say is, I mean, I'm not giving it a bad review or a bad rap, but what I think should have happened with this case, so you can actually lean it up properly without it being on an angle, is the bottom of it should have just been squared off like that, so it's sat up level, rather than it being the same shape as the guitar, because obviously the case is wobbling about just like the guitar would now, so that's in danger of falling just like the guitar was. But yeah, these Jackson cases are very good quality, by the way. They are rock solid, and you know, they're proper flight case, like these are for touring musicians really. But as far as I'm aware, the only case available that fits the Kelly properly is the Kelly case. I don't think anyone else makes one specifically for Kellys. It probably would fit in an Explorer case, but may not fit as snugly as it should. I'm putting it in now. This is the big test. I'll move the camera down in a second. This is the big test, seeing how snug it fits in there. Now, as far as I'm aware, the Kelly case is also designed to fit a Warrior. Yeah, I was a bit concerned about the reverse headstock fitting in this case, but it fits in fine. I'll put a screenshot of the guitar actually in the case in a minute, and you'll see how snug it actually is. I mean, it's really snug. That's actually one of the best fitting cases that I've ever had for any guitar. Yeah, so it's safe and sound now, and a big relief, because that Kelly guitar's been sat in its box, and it's lived in its box upstairs with all my other guitars, and yeah, I kind of worry about it. Even though it's in a cardboard box, it's still got pressure on that point there. It's not cushioned like a case, obviously. So yeah, let me know if you've ever ordered any pointy guitars and they've turned up and they've been chipped and damaged by Mr. Courier. Let me know if you're thinking about ordering this guitar. Please, if you are, do invest in the case. They are quite expensive cases. I think, I'm not sure how much they are. They're over £100. They're 100 and odd pounds. I don't know how much actually. 160ish or something like that. But if you've spent that sort of money on a guitar, and let's face it, the reason that you're drawn to the Brandon Ellis Kelly is probably because of the way it looks, you know, the fancy finish on it and everything. You need to protect that, in my opinion, and keep that looking good, you know, because that's where the money is going. That £1,000, which they are at the moment in the UK for the Brandon Ellis Kelly, that is where your money is going. It's going on the finish, the crackle finish, and you want to keep that intact. You know, you don't want to chip it all over the place and make it look garbage. So yeah, that's it. I'll put the screenshot on there, if I haven't already, of how snug it actually fits in the case. Thank you very much for watching. Please comment below, and please subscribe and click the bell. By the way, if you're going to order one of these cases, you can actually get them at Thomann UK. If you go down there through the link in my description, I'm a Thomann partner, and when you buy anything from Thomann, doesn't matter what it is that you buy, as long as you go through that link, then they will credit my account, and I will be able to buy more gear to get on the channel for you guys, and it helps support the channel and keep the channel going, because I'm only a care worker and I don't have a massive abundance of money coming to buy tons of gear for you guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all soon.